Alright, so today this is what we got. I do quite a few of these little cylinders. These are tilt cylinders for forklifts. So what happens is a lot of times when these guys are onloading and offloading material out of warehouses, they have a dock, and they're going off the dock into the truck, and they're going too fast with a load, a heavy load, and it shocks these cylinders. So what happens is from factory, this factory weld right here, this is what's attached to the forklift, and it goes out towards the fork, right? And so when it shock loads it, it just pulls on this weld here. It's usually just kind of a shitty MIG weld, and it just pops them apart. So this came in from a buddy of mine. He does a lot of these for me. Well, he brings them to me, and so he circles where the damage is. It doesn't really matter, because the way I fix them, I actually just chuck them up, take them apart, chuck them up in the lathe, and we machine out the entire weld. We put a proper bevel on it, all the way into the factory joint. So I still got a little bit more to go, but you can barely see the crack right here. It runs right alongside that. So I got to come over this way a little bit. This was the original edge of the weld, so I got to come over just a little bit and machine this back to get all the way underneath that weld or that crack. And then what we'll do is we'll just TIG root, we'll TIG weld it's at 309 stainless rod. We'll do 2 passes with a TIG welder to get our root nice and thick, and then we will probably MIG this back out, or 7018. In the field I do 7018. Here in the shop we just use spray arc, so it ends up with a very nice joint, and then you don't have to worry about it. I've got some of these that are about 5 years old now and still running, older than the factory ones, and that's what the customer wants. I haven't had a single one break yet like that, so that's the way we do it. So also, if you guys can't find the crack, want to make sure you're on the crack and you've got it all the way out, you can use the torch, and you can see where the crack is. That piece that's real red, it's following the crack, but see how there's a sharp line in it? That's where the crack is. So I got to cut a little bit more out on the far side. See that? I got to cut a little bit more out to make sure I'm underneath it. Alright, so we just machined over just a hair, and now you can see what happened here. See, this is why I machine out the entire weld, because you see this crack goes all the way back around. This was just a really cold, shitty weld that pretty much just delaminated, and you can see it right there. See if I can do this with one hand. Oh, sorry about that. So you see this delamination right here. There it goes. Yep, little focus. Goes in here all the way up at an angle. So that's what you got to look for when you're doing these cylinders. You see that little edge there? So for you welders out there, don't just weld over a little patch on these. Because you weld, where they circled it, you weld there, it'll leak there. Or you weld here, now it'll leak here. Or you weld there and the end blows off, and now you own whatever machine that they're picking up or whatever they're doing. Hopefully no one gets hurt. So don't just patch a little spot. It will bite you in the ass every time. Alright, so we got it all TIG welded out. Just put 2 passes, 309 on it. Got the root TIGged up real nice. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean the burnt paint. I usually just wait till it gets hot so it just comes off, and then use a wire brush, and then we're gonna throw some spray on there and be done. So and that's it. Just hardwire it out. Done deal. Gonna throw some paint on it and be done.